So hi, today we're going to be looking at creating a query. First of all, this is our customer details table, and as you can see, we can do a number of queries which are searches, so we can search for people who live in a particular area. So such as if you look at address 3, we've got people who live in Leeds, York, Durham. It might be that we want to send letters to those people who live in Leeds only. So we need to create a query. To create a query, at the top here, you click on Create, then go to Query Wizard, and we'll choose the Simple Query Wizard. Press OK. And now it will ask you, from what table do you want to get this information from? Now, we've only got one table here, so that's your customer details table. So that's the one we will select. And also it's asking you, what do you want to see from the query? Now, because we want to make envelope labels, there's only certain things that we want to see. So we will definitely need to see title, which is Mr., Mrs., etc. We also want their initials. We need their surname. We need their address line 1, which is their house number and road name. Address line 2, which is the area that they live in. And address line 3, which is like the city that they live in. We will also need their postcode, but we don't want to see their age or telephone number on the label. You then go to Next. Open up the query in view form or modify the query in design. We'll just go Finish at this point. Okay, so there's the query, and all we need to do is go to the Home button at the top and then click on View. You are then given this table. Okay, so this is your query table. Now, as you can see here, we've got the field, which is the field names, and so we've got all the field names already there. We've got the table that the field names come from, which is our customer details, and then we've also got the sort. Now, the sort is alphabetical order A to Z, which is ascending, or descending order Z to A. Now, the best field to sort out would be the surname. So you would click just underneath the customer details table where it says sort, as you can see, and you've got a drop down menu. We're going to choose the ascending, which is the A to Z. Then below that it says show. Now, if we don't want to see some of these, we can actually click off them, and when we run our query, you won't see that particular field. However, we do want all these fields. Now, the criteria we're going to look for is Leeds. So there's your criteria section, and the Leeds, as we remember, was under the address 3 field. So just under there, where it's along the criteria row, we're going to type the word Leeds. Okay, so it's Leeds, so S at the end. So that is our criteria. We need to take a screen print at this point, just to make sure that we have evidenced the criteria. And then we're going to run it. So at the top here is the Run button. So you click on that, and there you see that it has sorted it all out in alphabetical order in the surname, and it's found everybody that lives in Leeds. So that's your query table done. We now need to use this information to create your envelope labels. So we go back to Create, and at the top here you can see Labels. So you click on Labels, and it will ask you, do you want to save your query table? You just press Yes. Now at this point it gives you options of various sticky label sizes. We're going to just go Next. You can change your font size, font styles, etc. Do not make this too big, because remember it is a label and labels are fairly small. So no more than size 10. Text color is usually black, but if you want, you can choose another dark color. So like that, for example, and then press OK. Then go to Next. Right, this is how do you want your labels to be laid out. So first of all, we want the title across, and we want a space between the title, then your initial, and again a space, and then your surname. That's your first row. You then press enter, and then you get your address line 1 across, enter, address line 2 across, enter, address line 3 across, enter, and finally your postcode. So this is the layout for your labels. You then go next, and then it's asking you, what do you want to sort out? What field would you like to sort out? Remember, we sorted out the surname, so you click on the surname and you press the little arrow. So we want to sort out by the surname only. Then press next. What would you like your report to be called? So the name of your report. So we will call it, instead of, we can delete the customer details and just put labels query. Okay, and then press finish. So now you have your labels. Now these labels need to be printed off. Now we can jazz this label up a bit. Okay, so I've just zoomed out a bit, so let's zoom in, by putting in the logo. So to put in the logo, you go click on your label, which is on the side here, and then you click on view. And it's this view you want the design view. Okay, now in this section here we can put our logo. So to put your logo, at the top here you can see the word logo. You click on that and you choose your logo, your DTunes logo. Now I don't have a DTunes logo, so I'm just going to choose one of these. I'm going to use a koala bear. Press OK. Now that logo appears at the top. Now if you put it at the top, it means that it will only have one logo at the top of the labels. But it's probably better to put your logo on every single sticky label. So I'm going to position it just there. You don't want to make the logo too big. You want to move these up so you don't have too much space between the labels. Move them up a bit more. There you go. And you can move this up as well. Right, so there you go. So that's your labels. And then you just click on this one and go to report view. And there you have it. You've got sticky labels for everybody with the logo next to them. So as you can see, there seems to be a bit of a gap here. Okay. But as you go down, there doesn't seem to be a gap there. It could be that we can go back to the view design and possibly move this down a bit. It could make the difference. We shall see. And then press design view again, and there you have it, and it has made the difference. Okay, as you can see, there's no gaps. And that's it. You have now created your query, which is here. Okay, so there's your query. If ever you want to go back to your design view, you just click on the design view, and there's your query criteria. So you must have that screen printed, run, and then you screen print this one, and then you create your query, which looks like this, and then you will print this one off by simply going Windows print. Okay, so that needs to be printed as is. Okay, now it's your turn.